Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my YouTube channel and my podcast. I'm your host and guide, Will Caminada, and I'm here to help you awaken, heal, and expand your consciousness. In today's episode, we are going to explore the 6 main aspects of the 6D level of consciousness. If you're completely new to the dimensions of consciousness, I suggest that you watch my 5D consciousness series. I'll leave links in the description below or a card up here. And you can also subscribe to my channel or my podcast so that you never miss any future content. Before I dive into the 6th dimension, there are a couple of things that I want you to know. First, when I'm talking about those dimensions, I'm referring to the level of consciousness from each dimension. It doesn't mean that we are physically going to those dimensions, at least not for now. According to our star friends, the Pleiadians, we as human beings right now in this physical form have the capacity to expand our limited 3D level of consciousness and access 9 dimensions of consciousness, which leads to my second reminder. Most of the information I share here in this video is taken from a book called The Alchemy of 9 Dimensions of Consciousness by Barbara Hand Clow, who channeled this information from the Pleiadians. And so I mixed the information from this book with my own resonance and my connection with my guides, the Guardians of Love, who are partly Pleiadians. So just a quick disclaimer that I'm sharing my interpretation of the material and my experience with the spiritual realms. So by all means, read the book for yourself and most importantly, see what resonates with your soul. With that out of the way, let's talk about the 6 things you need to know about 6D. Number 1. The 6D is the realm of sacred geometry and divine creativity. The 6D is the realm of geometric forms that replicate as plants, animals, humans, and material objects in 3D, which is called morphogenesis, also known as morphogenetic field or morphic field. What this means is that the idea of, let's say, an apple already exists in 6D and then many apples replicate in 3D. And when you look at an apple, you can see its sacred geometry and the perfection of nature, can't you? The same goes for any other object, plants, animals, everything around yourself right now, including your body. Look around you right now. Look at your body. Sacred geometry is literally everywhere. And this is the main source of all creations, both physical and non-physical too. I once received a message from my guides that said, in the realm of all possibilities, everything has already been created. And they went on to say that we are the channel, the instrument, the ones with the capability to manifest these ideas and visions into our physical 3D reality. So I believe they were referring to the 6th dimension, which is very much connected with our 3rd dimension in the sense that we channel ideas and visions from 6D. And that's what I personally call divine creativity. I believe that the act of creating is a spiritual experience. We may think the ideas and inspiration are coming from our minds, but it's really coming from spirit. We may take ownership of our creations, but in a way, we are just replicating what already exists in the higher dimensions. That doesn't mean we mustn't take credit for the physical manifestation of things, as this is our job here in 3D. My guides have also said that whatever ideas, whatever dreams, whatever goals you may have, they've been planted in your consciousness because you have the capability to make it happen. If you didn't, you wouldn't have had the idea in the first place, and you wouldn't have felt the urge and the calling to create. So act on it, they say. I'll leave the link to the full channeled message in the description or at the end of this video. It's also important to say that when your heart chakra, which is 5D, is open, you become more aligned with the upper chakras, that is the higher dimensions. And this takes me to the next point. Number 2. The throat chakra is connected to 6D. Each dimension is connected to a chakra. 5D is the heart chakra, and 6D is the throat chakra, which is related to self-expression, communication, authenticity, and what most people may not know, it's also related to creativity. Most people relate creativity to the sacral chakra, which is also true, but the sacral chakra has to do with manifesting and birthing in 3D. No wonder the chakra that is associated with 3D is the sacral chakra. Also, these two chakras, the throat and the sacral, complement each other, since a balanced and active throat chakra helps you channel ideas that are aligned with your soul and your heart. And a balanced and active sacral chakra helps you manifest those ideas into reality. There is a version of ourselves in 6D that has access to all ideas and even cosmic information. So accessing 6D will not only make you more creative, but more aligned with your higher self. Number 3, the 6D is home of your Ka, your human spirit body. For Egyptians, Ka is the life force or the spiritual double of the person. The relationship between our solid world and the 6D world of eternal forms that replicate things in 3D can be understood when we consider the frequency waves that create our bodies. Not just our physical bodies, but also our subtle bodies, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual one. Our bodies are aligned with our 6D morphogenetic or morphic field, which is huge. The morphic fields vibrate with many frequencies, and when our hearts are open, we naturally align with the 6D structure. So again, it's all about the heart. Alignment means feeling the different vibratory patterns of our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. When we are in alignment with our Ka, we can be healthy without doctors, have love in our lives, understand our 3D world, and be in contact with spirit all the time. When your Ka is in, meaning you're connected with your spirit, unseen frequencies are felt strongly at the physical level. You become more in touch with the energy fields in general. You can feel what other people are doing to you energetically. For example, when you meet someone new, you can feel their energy and their intentions. Or on the other hand, if you feel ungrounded or lost, then you know your Ka is out. You can also become very psychic when you're aligned with your Ka. Number 4, the gatekeepers of 6D are the star beings from SIRIUS. According to the Pleiadians, the gatekeepers of 6D are the Sirians, beings in the Sirius star system, Sirius A, B, C, which is only about 8.7 light years from our solar system. Many cultures, such as the Dogon of Africa and the ancient Egyptians, say that their ancestors originally came from Sirius. And again, according to the Pleiadians, the cosmic library on Sirius A transmits the laws of sacred architecture, which is the science of building structures that model 6D geometric forms. They also say that great feline gods from Sirius periodically came to Earth to build their temples and shared their wisdom and knowledge to develop new cultures. They would share not only sacred architecture, but also agricultural knowledge, technological innovations, and community structures. The Egyptians, for instance, built very advanced examples of sacred architecture, such as the Sphinx, which is half feline, and the Great Pyramid, which is an incredible example of sacred geometry and mysterious technology. I guess we can easily see the connection between 6D, sacred geometry, Egypt, feline gods, and the Sirians. Number 5, the practice of yoga aligns you with 6D. One of the ways that we can align ourselves with 6D is through the practice of yoga. Both the ancient Egyptians and the great sages of India taught that yoga is a necessary practice for activating ourselves, because yogic practice moves our bodies in and out of postures that align us with our 6D morphic fields. Trees hold their morphic fields most consistently because they stay in one place. No wonder we have a yoga pose called the tree pose. But unlike the real trees, we as human beings are always moving. So yoga realigns our light body with our physical forms within 6D. Cats are great examples for us because they hold yoga postures all day long. And cats are also very Syrian, which is why Egyptians revered them. The Syrians find themselves in our bodies and auric fields when we do yoga, when we play tennis, dance, even when we play golf or baseball. So performing any correct body alignment is a way to connect with 6D. The asanas, which are the yogic postures, connect us with our formative nature. And since yoga stirs up a lot of fire energy in our bodies, holding them aligns us with the power of 6D. Then the Kundalini energy flows and our bodies change. This activates the natural frequencies of our subtle bodies, making it easier for us to distinguish them. In other words, we become more aware of our thoughts, of our emotions, and overall of energy fields within and around us. And that brings more health, more joy, more creativity, and regeneration. Number 6. Channeling art is a way to connect with 6D. When you are aligned with your 6D morphic field, you receive waves and waves of downloads. That's why when you have a consistent spiritual practice, whether that's meditation, yoga, breath work, journaling, sounding, chanting, you start tapping into these higher dimensions and becoming a channel for not only ideas but also messages, which could be for you or for the collective. We've seen that when our ka is in, it's almost as if we were constantly having a direct Wi-Fi connection with our soul. And this is something that we can practice. Channeling art doesn't always have to be creating paintings or music. Writing on your journal can be a form of channeling art. Dancing and moving your body freely can be a form of channeling art. Sounding and singing, drawing, coloring mandalas, these are some of the things that you can practice on a regular basis, and this will bring you more and more in alignment with 6D. So let me know in the comments, what are you going to do to be more connected with 6D? If you're looking for a practice that's going to guide you into a deeper connection with your soul and the 6D morphic field, you can rent my breathwork and meditation class called Accessing 6D Consciousness. In this 90-minute session, you will cleanse any blockages around your throat chakra and align yourself with your light body in order to receive creative ideas and messages that are aligned with your soul's purpose. This class is available for rent at www.willcaminada.com/events. And as usual, I'll leave the links in the show's notes. You can also find more information about 3D, 4D, and 5D in some previous episodes on my YouTube channel or my podcast. And if you want to go deeper into 5D consciousness and learn how to connect with your heart center, you can sign up for my 5x5D online program. And there you'll have access to not only the video lectures, but also worksheets and guided meditations. Please share this episode with that one friend who's always fascinated by the higher dimensions. Again, I appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube channel or my podcast, and you can follow me on Instagram at GuiWill, where I share a lot of content on a daily basis. I'm also on the app Insight Timer. You can find me under my name, Will Caminada. Thank you so much for your virtual presence. As always, keep shining your light, keep your heart open, and let love lead the way. I love you. See you in the next episode.